Hi everyone, it's Suzanne from the Paper Variety, here to wish you a Happy New Year. I wanted to make a quick card for my brother, and I'll be sending it out in Monday's mail. So I thought I would make a quick video for you. I started out with an 8.5 by 11 piece of craft cardstock, and because I didn't have any Happy New Year sentiments, I typed this in Word and then printed it on my computer. So that's how I got the Happy New Year on the craft cardstock. I cut it in half at 5.5 inches, so my card base measures 4.25 by 5.5, and then I'm going to fold this in half. Okay, I'm using some papers from Basic Gray's Green at Heart stack. I just love these patterns. And I went with a polka dot that had sort of a craft background, which I really liked. And to make it stand out, I'm going to adhere this piece onto some lime green cardstock. This pattern paper mat is 3 3/4. I adhere that onto a piece of green die cuts with a view cardstock, and that measures 4 by 5.25 inches. And it's going to be just the right size for this card. Before I do that, though, I have some purple ribbon. I thought that would be a good contrasting color to the greens in this card. And I'm going to be using the Pink Stamper Cheater method. I like doing this with a layer that's going to go on the card base, and then you don't have anything on the inside of the card. This pattern paper has some great greens and purples and pinks, and we're going to bring that all out in our die cut next. So I'm just taping the ribbon to the back of that mat, add some more adhesive there. Okay, and then putting that on our craft. Okay. The die cut that I'm using today is from the Create a Critter cartridge, and I decided to go with the little froggy. He's on page 24. I cut him at 3 1/4. I cut the shadow. I'm sorry, no, I just cut the first layer, and this is going to bring out his eyes and his mouth. And then I cut the base in the lime green. This is the same cardstock as our background. On this black mat, I can't really see where my layer is. Line him up like that. And then his little belly I did in a lighter green. Also from the die cuts with the View cardstock stack. And then I did his little cheeks in pink, which is cute because this has the pink. I'm just going to add this with my Zig 2-way since they're smaller pieces. Trying to decide if I want to add Google Eyes to this card. What do you think? Yes, no? We'll decide later, huh? Alright, and so he's going to go at the top of our card. It's quick and easy. How about there? Thinking I maybe should have done the shadow so he stood out more. And then for our sentiment here, I'm going to just cut this out. Actually, I'm not brave enough to use scissors on that part. I might be a crafter, but I can't cut a straight line if my life depended on it. Okay. So trim that edge. A little bit of a fray here. I noticed that with the craft. And then cut this end off. And this is going to go here. And I thought we would do a little banner tail. That's going to go here. I think I am going to add a shadow for this. He's getting lost there. So I went ahead and cut this black layer out on my Cricut in the 3 1/4 shadow for the frog. He kind of was getting lost on that craft cardstock, or a craft pattern paper. Scoot him over just a bit. I love the Create a Critter cartridge. They just line up so nicely. Very quick and easy. Alright, oh, I like that a lot better. We'll put him about there. while that was cutting, I think I do want to trim our sentiment up a little bit so it doesn't cover so much at the bottom of the card. And I know after what I just said about cutting in a straight line, I'm going to brave it since I already did the tails. Not too bad. Since I already did the tails, I can't really use my paper trimmer. What do you think? A little bit more off this side. This is what happens. I'll trim and trim and trim, but before you know it, you won't be able to read what the sentiment is. No. I think that's fine. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and get my black ink pad, I think. Just kind of define these banner edges a bit. Craft and black is my new favorite combo these days. Just doing a little bit of inking here. If you watch my previous video with the San Francisco layout, I had used the same ink pad for all of my inking, and that way I don't worry about it getting too juicy that it messes up my cards. It's pretty dry. Okay. Oh, I love that. I'm going to try to add some dimension here and bend this a little bit. Except it's going to be right on that ribbon. That's not going to stick very well. Okay. Oh, I love that. I left a little bit of a poof there in the middle, so it gives it a little bit of dimension. And I wanted to add a bow with this ribbon, but I think I'm going to run out of room. Perhaps the froggy should have been 3 and not 3 1/4. I was pushing it. If I add that there, is it going to cover up his little eye? Let's scoot him down a bit. Are you this indecisive when you scrap? Oh my gosh, I could just play with this for an hour. One good thing about doing videos, like I said before, it's forcing me to make a decision and stick with it. I think I cut those too short. Try to twist it so that the satin part's on the outside. Cute. Whoops. Thought I was cute. Now I think I'm, oh, there we go. Snip. Snap. Alright, and I think I'll decide about Google Eyes here. Maybe you'll see them in the picture. So that's my card for tonight. Happy New Year from the Paper Variety. We hope you stop by and check out our new designers as they're introduced, and our next challenge starts on Wednesday. Thanks so much. Good night.